Hello, everybody. I wanted to make a video on long division. It is more specific for the grade 4 students and anybody who is interested in learning the long division process from the beginning. Now, before I show the process for the long division, what I want to do actually is to just give you some kind of information about the division. Now, if we talk about division, division is a process, or actually long division is a method or a process were invented by a mathematician around 400 years ago. His name is Henry Briggs. Okay, so the process of long division, it helps you to be able to do division for larger numbers. And it is pretty fascinating, and a lot of people have been using it, and it's so helpful. Now, before we get into it, let me just give you some information about what it means. Now, division is kind of a process or a method that occurs between two things. Okay, first we have something called divisor, and we have something else called dividend. Okay, and what happens between these two things, or these two numbers, is that the division process will allow us to have something called quotient. Okay, so the whole idea of division is because we need to find the quotient. And a lot of times, well, okay, if I say quotient, what it means, quotient, well, I would say it means, if I would give you a simple meaning of quotient, you can say it's a equal distribution. Okay, so whenever you want to find the number that actually represents the equal distribution for anything, that's called the quotient. Now, let me give you an example of what it means. Imagine you have 5 people, and you brought someone who sells ice cream, and he have 5 ice cream. Now, if I said, how many person will have number of ice creams equally, you'd say 1. So 5 divide 5 equals to 1. Okay, so when I say how many each person equally will have ice cream, it'll be 1. Now, do we have any remainders? Obviously not. Now, if I said, what if I brought 10 ice cream? We'd say, obviously, 10. You would say each person will have 2 equally. So 10 divide 5 equals to 2. Do we have any remainders? No. What if I said that I brought 7 ice cream? Each person will have what? Will have 1, and the remainder is 2. So 7 divide 5 equal to 2, remainder 1, remainder 2, sorry. So 1, remainder 2, right? I hope this is going to give you an idea of the whole meaning of division. There is a lot more to learn about division. Trust me, it's a huge amount of information, but this is for now. Now I will show you how we can do the process. So imagine that you want to know the answer of 369 divided by 3. Now, a lot of times you can find ways to do it mentally, but you would get stuck and it's get harder as you go for larger numbers. So that's why we can use the long division to help us answer very quick. Now, before you answer the question, you need to know one thing. Either you are able to memorize the multiplication table, which is going to be much, much easier for you and also better for you. But if you're not able to memorize the multiplication table, what you can do, you can take what we call the divisor, which is 3. And all you have to do is just do the multiples of 3 or the table of 3. So 1 multiplied 3 is 3. And then we have 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. That is the table of 3. Okay. It is the same thing that is applied when you go for 2-digit number. Now, what I will simply do, first, I will compare the first two numbers. So I have 3 and I have 3. What I'll do, I'll look in my table. Do I have the same number? Now, you have 3 cases. Either you have a number that is smaller than 3, which means you will put 0 here, or you have the same number, which you will put 1, or you have a more, or you will have a greater number than 3, and then from there you will find the number that is close to that one. I'll show you how we can do it. Now, do we have 3? Yes, we have 3. 3 is the first number, so I'll write 3. And then what I'll do, I'll just multiply. Sorry, I'll write 1. More time. So I'll write 1. And then 1 multiplied 3 will be 3. And then I'll do minus 3 minus 3 will give us 0. And then 6 will come down. Okay, 6 will come down. And then I'll do the same thing. Do we have 6? Yes, we have. And it's the second number. So I'll write 2. 2 multiplied 3 will be 6. 6 minus 6 will be 0, 2. And then 9 will come down. Now, do we have 9 in table of 3? Yes, we have. And it's the third number. 1, 2, 3. So I'll write 3. Some people say, how many 3's we have in 9? Same thing. 3 multiplied 3 will be 9. And then if I reach this stage, I'm done. 9 minus 9 will be 0. Okay, 0. So here's the number here. We call it this one. We call it the quotient, which is what I want to find. Quotient. And this one, we call it, this one, we call it the remainder. Okay, so we have no remainder in this problem. The answer is 123. So when I did the division between 369 and 3, I was able to find the number that we call it 123. So imagine you have 369 ice creams and you have 3 people. when you do the division process, each person will equally have 123 ice creams. I hope this can make the process easier for you. I'll do two more examples. So for this example, as you can see, we have 185 divided 7. Now we're going to do the same steps. Either you know the multiplication table, or I'm just going to write it for you to make it more easier for those who don't know it. Now, let's do the multiples of 7, 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63, and we have 70. Okay, we can call it the multiples of 7. Okay, now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna first compare the first two numbers. Now, like I said, when I compare, I have 7 and I have 1. If 1 is less than 7, then I'm going to put 0 here. Now, 0 multiplied 7 will be 0. And then I'll do the minus. Now, 1 minus 0 will be 1, and 8 will come down. Now, the question is, do we have 18 in table of 7? No. Now, 18 is greater than 7, obviously. So what I do in this case, I look for the closest number that is less than 18 and the nearest one to it. So it will be 14, right? It will be 14. Why I'm not able to choose 21? Because 21 is greater than 18, which is, we cannot choose it. So we're going to have to choose 14. So as you can see, 14 is the second number. So I'll write 2. 2 multiplied 7 is obviously 14. And then we're going to do minus. One minus 1 will be 0, and 8 minus 4 will be 4. Okay. And then after doing the minus, 5 will come down. Okay. And then I'm going to look again. Do I have 45 in table of 7? No, but we have 42. So I'm going to choose 42. Now, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So obviously 6 multiplied 7 will be 42. And then I'm going to do a minus. So 5 minus 2 will be 3, and 4 minus 4 will be 0. So my quotient, my result is 26, and my remainder is 3. So the answer will be, it'll be 26 remainder 3. So obviously, as you can see, if I have 185 ice creams and I wanted to give it equally to 7 students or 7 people, each one will have 26, and they'll have 3 as a leftover or 3 as a remainder. One more example, and I'll summarize the whole idea. So it is the same thing now, but we have a larger number. we have 4,528 divided by 4. It is the same thing. What I'll do first, I'll take my divisor, which is 4. And then what I'll do the multiples of 4 or the table of 4. So we have 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. Okay, the multiples of the multiples of 4. So from here, what I'll do now is doing the same process. So I'll compare the first two numbers. Do we have 4 in table of 4? Yes. So it's the first number. Then I'll put 1. 1 multiplied 4 will be 4. And then I'll do the minus. Four minus 4 will be 0. And then what's going to happen is 5 going to come down. 5 will come down. Now, one more time. Do we have 5 in table of 4? No. But we have 4. We're not able to choose 8 because 8 is greater than 5. So I'll choose 4. 4 is the first number. So again, I'll put 1. 1 multiplied 4 will be 4. Sorry, 1. 1 multiplied 4 will be 4. And then we're going to do minus. Okay, so 5 minus 4 will be 1. And then what's going to happen is that 2 is going to come down. Okay. Now, do we have 12 in table of 4? Yes, we do have. And it's right over here. So it's the third number. So I'm going to write 3. 3 multiplied 4 will be 12. And then I'll do minus. Then we're going to have 0, 0, and then 8 will come down. Now, do we have 8 in table of 4? Yes, we have, and it's the second number. So I'm going to choose 2. 2 multiply 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Should be 8 here. I should write 8 down here. Yes. So 2 multiply 4 will be 8. And then 8 minus 8 is going to be all zeros. Okay. So my quotient is 1,132, and my remainder is 0. So my answer will be 1,132. Okay. This is the process of long division. I hope this video is going to help any student or anybody who is watching this video that is hoping to learn the process. Division is a process of doing equal distribution, and sometimes we have remainders and sometimes we don't. That is the full idea of the long division. I hope it was clear for you. If you have any questions or anything, you can talk to me, you can message me, you can do in the comments. I hope this was helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching.